Before we get into it, are you ready to level up your mind and body? Mind over matter practice in Victor Harbor is where you go to train your nervous system, not just your muscles. We're talking ice baths, float tanks, saunas, oxygen therapy, and more, all designed to help you master stress and bounce back stronger. Just mention my name, Trav, when you book, and you'll score 15% off any treatment. Check them out at mindovermatterpractice.com.au and start building real resilience today. G'day legends and welcome to the Cold Exposure Hot Topics podcast. I'm your host Trav Dittmar and a big thank you to Mind Over Matter Practice for making this show possible today. I'm joined with Niko Diamond. Nick, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good. So, what is your title exactly? What do you do with yourself?
Title. To put it very simply, I just call it it's somatic therapy. I'm a somatic therapist, if you want to call it that. But there are very different, I have many different modalities that I use within the sessions that I do. I wouldn't call it your typical therapy. It's more like a hybrid type thing. Mm-hmm. But somatic therapy is like the foundation of what I do, 100%.
Cool. So, for those playing at home, new to this sort of stuff, what does somatic therapy mean?
Yeah. Somatic therapy is essentially the therapy within the body. So, for instance, if we talk like psychology, you go and see a psych, or even a psychiatrist, but probably psychiatrist is a little bit different again. But psychology, traditional, we speak, we talk, and we talk like mental clearing, cognitive clearing, understanding, making sense in the head, and just chatting, right?
Yeah.
Which is really good. The somatic aspect is treating, I hate the word treating, but it's working to the body. Working with the body, working with feeling, working with emotion, working with the actual system itself, nervous system. And being able to be with the physical experience of whatever it is that anyone's sort of going through. So that's what the soma is actually a Greek word, funnily enough.
There you go.
Which is like soul and body.
Yep.
So somatic therapy is, therapy of the emotions, therapy of soul, which is very heavily connected to working with the psychological sides of things, which is like psychotherapy. Mm-hmm. You work with the mind, but once you connect the two, is where genuine healing and change, transformation can actually happen, which is why a lot of people get stuck in therapy for so long with psychologists, because they're not actually working to feeling. They're just working to thinking. It's not gonna do it.
It's kind of the emotional piece outside of the rational, which you're getting through the talking therapy.
Correct, and that's the thing that it is. That's the embodiment. If we can't embody what we're moving through, we won't change.
Yeah.
So we can talk about being an addict for years, and it'll just never go away. You just talk about it, and there's. To be able to recover from addiction, for instance, it's like, well, let's work to why the addiction exists, and then the addiction exists because of a specific pain, and pain's in the body, and we're talking emotional, and then that's where we want to work with the somatic part of this. So it's like we can actually be with experience, be with feeling, and then understand how to move through it. That's where we can actually go, I don't need this thing because I don't feel like I do, not think like I do.
Yeah, wow. Yes, it's very, very involved. And I'm assuming you didn't just wake up one morning and go, I want to be a somatic therapist. What sort of led you to this?
That's my favourite question, actually. It is. It was all an accident, to be completely honest. Yeah. I woke up one day realising that I was fucked up, that I needed help.
Yep.
And ended up. The journey itself, I'll go through the whole journey, to be honest. I had a back injury. Mm-hmm. And I was very gym oriented at that point. But I was like, well, I injured my back. I couldn't put my socks on for 8 weeks. It was real bad.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
I was like, cool, I can't really get back into the gym. I'll go do some yoga. I've always wanted to do yoga at that point. And this was in 2018, I reckon. Mm-hmm. And I was like, back then, I was super fuck all that gay shit. I don't want to be like that. And, just being soft was weak.
Yeah.
But I was like, I have to because my body is pretty much fucked. So went and did some yoga. I was like, this is cool. And then at the end of the yoga session, they did Shavasana, I think they call it. It's just like a 5-minute meditation. Mm-hmm. You slow down, close your eyes, lay on the floor, take some breaths.
Yeah.
Nothing special, but good enough. And at the time for me, that was uncommon. Meditation, I was like, this isn't a thing, And then I instantly was like, whoa, this is nuts.
There's some stuff here.
I can breathe and relax and feel really nice. And I felt I'll never forget the feeling actually. I felt like my body was stuck to the floorboards of this yoga room. I was like, I feel ridiculously amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, meditation. So I was like, I'll start diving into a bit of what meditation looks like, and found meditation, started meditating every day, 10, 15 minutes and breathing. And I was like, this is a whole world that I didn't know existed. And then that kind of just spiraled into, looking into different modalities. And then I had stumbled across someone's Instagram story about some breathwork session they did. I was like, this seems interesting. And at the time, like big drug user, I was just an addict to everything. Sex, food, drugs, alcohol, working, anything to escape my body and just to be doing and actively numbing. It was my life.
Yeah.
High life. Get as high as I could from whatever I could. Relationships, love, all of it. And I was like, I can't be in this. This is pain. I'm in pain. I'm holding on to so much shit. And reached out to this guy. And that's kind of where the journey began. I did my first session with my mentor who trained me in rebirthing in 2019, roughly. And that first session, I just did some rebirthing breathwork. It's the one I'm trained in. It's not your standard type of breathwork. And I remember just like bawling my eyes out for like 45 minutes and just like releasing all of this tension. I had like a tantrum almost, and just like shedding all of this pain. Just like shame and guilt, man. Just like so much heaviness. And remember after that session, I like walked out and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
yeah, the can of worms is open.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Like, okay, there is something within all of us that needs to be acknowledged or needs to be met, whatever it is. And yeah, man, that was kind of, I did that for a few years, and then 2022, real estate agent at the time.
Yeah.
Career was set. I was going well. I was projecting some really good income and, the next 6 to 12 months. And I was like, fuck yeah, here we go. Like, life's about to get really good. I'm start making some good money. It was all very much there. And my mentor at the time, who was my rebirth therapist, she's like, I'm going to do my last ever training ever. I think you should do it. And I was like, to be honest, Julie, like, I'm pretty good. Like, work's fine. Life is good. I don't really need to get trained in rebirthing. Like, I love coming to see you and just have my session every so often. She's like, no, I'm serious. I think you'd be a really good therapist because of what I've seen you go through. She's like, you would be really good for people. And I was like, I really don't know. And she's like, I'm never doing it again. I've been doing it for 40 years. It's the last time. She's like, it's 12 months of your time and it's in person. It's 3 days every month. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Once per month for 12 months, I think it was roughly. And we'll train you up. And I was like, fucking FOMO, man. I was like, whatever. I was like, paid her the money. I was like, cool, I'll just do it anyway. She's like, you'll learn something anyway. It'll be good for you.
Yeah.
So you have to do it if you don't want to after, but it'll be good for you. I was like, all right, cool. And I was like 8 months in, and I was like, I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
I'm going to quit. I was like, I need to give this back.
Yeah.
I was like, there's too much. This saves me for many, many reasons. I need to be able to give this back to other people. And yeah, I literally just walked into my boss's office and I was like, hey man, like, I'm gonna do something else for myself. And they were shocked because I was a good real estate agent at the time.
Yeah.
I was doing really well and the business was loving me and I was loving it and I was just flowing. I was great at it. And they're like, are you stupid? Like, are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Like, I walked away from money, walked away from like people, like, we all at some level work to like set ourselves up, right?
Yeah, it's that security piece that we want, that comfort.
Yeah, and I was walked away from it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, what am I doing? But I was like, I don't know, it just felt like a calling, man. I know how much I suffered. I know how much I suffered before finding that.
Yeah.
I know how hard it was. I know what that felt like. And then being able to start to really overcome a lot of that and then notice what it did for me and how I changed. Whereas I was like, fuck, man, like, what if someone out there needs this and they don't know it exists and I could be the one that gives it to them?
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. I know what this meant to me. So it can only mean the same for others. And that's kind of just how it all happened. And yeah, quit my job, man. And that was a whole journey 3 years ago now, I think. End of 2022.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah. So that's how it happened. It was a complete accident. I didn't just go, I'm going to get into becoming a therapist.
Yeah, fair enough. And so when you started going through this, the therapy for yourself, when you were being, well, I guess treated, but I don't like that word either.
I hate it too, but I get you.
Yeah, was it the healing that you did that encouraged you to give back, or was it the bringing into awareness of how you could heal yourself?
It was what I was receiving.
Yeah.
Because the rebirthing itself is fantastic, but thankfully I've evolved a lot since then. And just rebirth therapy as breathwork isn't like necessarily the thing.
Yeah.
It's a great tool that I use now because I've obviously educated in other ways. So at the time, it was more what I got from it that was really important, that I was like, I'm going to give this back to others. The application of it, I didn't necessarily think was that potent. Like, it was great, don't get me wrong, but having gone down now and spent way more money and educated myself and seeing that there's a true way to, move into space as a therapist, it's like, there's another way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And just, that's a tool.
Yeah.
So that the year of training I did is just a tool that I use in my sessions. It's not the thing I use anymore. It used to be.
Yeah.
But it was, more so to answer the question, exactly what it gave me.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's just an opportunity to let go. Like, it's the one thing that helps access your body in a way that nothing else will fucking do safely.
Yeah.
Permitted the right person is doing it, because it's easy to like force someone into breath and force someone into the body, and it's like, that's probably where we don't want to go. But outside of like drugs and... Because drugs and things or other exogenous substances are the only thing that'll bring us into the body and experience ourselves like that, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
In such an intense way. The breath, this type of breath, rebirth, is the only other thing I've found that does that in a far more intentional and conscious and healthy way.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You experience it yourself.
100%.
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy.
Yeah, and I remember my journey, and to preface this, I actually did a session, one of Nick's first ones, wasn't it?
You were my first.
The first.
Out of my certification, you were my first.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And we did it at my house where we are now, in what was the spirituality room, but has now become the nursery for our impending child. And I just remember... for me, it was like shedding of old identities was the big thing in that one.
The Phoenix.
Yeah, the Phoenix. You remember that, eh?
Yeah, I remember all my sessions.
Yeah, there you go.
I forget them,
Yeah, it was a series of like different, I was in the army and like that version of me popped up, this version, that version, and then the Phoenix sort of came through all of that and disbanded it. Yeah, it literally was, man. It was so powerful. Powerful. Yeah, and it was interesting because I have worked with a lot of different people before and breathwork facilitators and things like that, but I've never had an experience like that.
Yeah.
And, A, with the importance of the realization, but B, then the integration and the follow-up. That had never been a thing before. And I think, it's so easy to get lost in, this person, $10 for a session, say, and come do some breath work, and we bring all these things up.
To preface, if it's $10, run.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, yes.
So talk to me, I suppose, about the importance of the training that you did.
Yes.
And, the significance that comes with not only the breathwork practice, but then the follow-up.
Yeah. Big question. Great question.
Yeah.
It's the most important. It's the only thing that needs to really be highlighted. I'm I wouldn't say the word fortunate. I'm just very inclined to want to do as to the best that I can for my clients. That sometimes with just breathwork certifications, if you want to call them that, they don't actually teach you to integrate.
Yeah.
They don't show you what integration looks like. They won't show you the embodiment after. There isn't an aftercare. And that was the one thing that I intuitively found wrong about the industry. And I didn't know how to deal with it specifically at the time, because I'm like, okay, what is integration meant to look like? Right? And this was a couple of years ago. Now, having been in different experiential trainings and, I've educated in other ways and having going through trauma-informed certifications, trauma focus, lens, and all that kind of stuff, right? We're talking somatic, parts work, somatic inquiry, EFT, like all these little different modalities, and then working very closely with the somatic psychotherapist that's mentored me, understanding now how to truly integrate and embody is the thing. And what was the initial question? Is it just the importance of it?
Yeah, so the importance of, I suppose, knowing what you're
tangent.
doing in terms of facilitating, say, the breathwork experience
Got you.
and then the integration afterwards,
That's the thing. The experience is easy.
Mm.
It's easy. Honestly, it's easy and it's not, but it's scary because I could take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I could show you how to breathe.
Yeah.
I could tell you how to tell someone how to do it. Right? I could easily go, this is what you're going to do with this person. You're going to get them to breathe in this specific way so they can activate their body somatically. Like, activate their system and liven it up so we can start to bring things up. If things want to come up anyway.
Yeah.
That's easy, bro, because it just becomes a cathartic, like, cum shot.
Yeah,
I know that sounds a bit vulgar, sorry, but it's just this explosive moment of, like, experience. Great. But if it's not contained without an intention, it's just an experience. Now, that experience can be so many different things, which is the dangerous part. So then we need to have an intention in the experience as a therapist or as any type of person holding space. And then the integration in, you got to know how to tie the knot. That's the thing. It's like, we don't want to, there's nothing worse than me being like, Trav, all right, we're going to get into some breath, right? Especially if I haven't screened you and I don't know what's going on. So if I don't know your history or what you've been through, I'm like, oh, you're just a human being that I'm friends with, right? Get and do some breath, and all of a sudden this extreme trauma comes up, or this extreme emotion that you've never been able to deal with, or you didn't even know was there. And I'm like, oh, we're in this big thing here, and it's like, let's just whatever. It's like, well, you've opened this thing, right?
Yeah.
So firstly, how am I going to hold you through this? And do I know how to? Do I understand how to regulate your body or teach you how to what's safe for you? Because this may not be safe for you. I don't know. Then after that, it's like, if I don't close that knot and then check in on you to be like, how are we integrating with what we've been through? And integration can mean 100 different things.
Yeah.
Right? So if that doesn't happen, it's like I just end up opening you up to things you don't want to deal with or are ready to deal with, then you end up not dealing with it, and it's just like you're left with all this shit. So the integration is the most important. It's the aftercare. It's the check-in. It's setting up, the days after or the week after after a session. Where do we need to go from here, considering what we've learned? What sense can we make of the session? What does it mean to you? How can we close this off and make peace with it? Yeah. How can we find compassion for what is there? How can we find understanding? How can we... It's actually that simple. Right? But it's simple on the surface, and there's ways to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's fascinating when you see a lot of these spaces that appear, the Instagram coaching industry, we'll call it, where... a lot of people do start with these things like the breath work and the meditation, and you pay, it might be like $250 a week or something like that to subscribe to this guy. And they get the breath work stuff done, like you say, the 15-minute spiel of this is how you get someone to do it. But then they don't actually have the mechanism or the means to back it up, or they end up charging you another amount of money to get the integration piece.
Yeah, okay, it's very, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you do see a lot of that these days, and, for people, like, particularly, I'll talk to men in this situation, because there is that emerging, I guess, niche now of men wanting to better themselves and find...
It's good.
Yeah, absolutely, it's great. Find these coaches or people that can help them improve themselves, whether it's their relationships, finances, who they are as a person. What would you say to these sorts of people about, if they're looking online for some breathwork facilitation or some coaching, what's the important thing to look for there?
Yes, good. Just to preface, the money's actually not the problem, right? $250, $500, whatever it is, a few $1,000s. To be honest, pay that, right? Permitted you get what you actually need. Right?
Yeah.
And that's the important thing I think I just want to preface before diving into that question is like, if you're paying $200 a week, I don't think it's expensive. I think if you're going to be able to really get what you need out of yourself, if it's $2,000 a month, whatever the fuck it is, if you're going to be able to genuinely move through some stuff and it's going to help, pay it. Because I'm telling you, I have spent full transparency, in 5 years, if I'm talking 5 years of education, my own therapy and the rest of it, it'd be a few $100,000.
Yeah.
Oh, not few. It'd be within the 100 to 200K mark.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of money, but we're talking 5 years, bro.
Yeah.
So it's a long period of time when lump sums and whatever it is, right? And I don't fucking regret a cent at all, because if I didn't do that, I would be in a very bad place.
Yeah.
Right? I would have been in a horrible place, living a life that was not mine, that was rooted from trauma. But when we talk about the actual, what to look for,
Yes.
it's actually easy. Safety and stability. The first thing someone should look for when they are engaging with a therapist or a coach or whatever it may be is how much focus and how intentional is this person with me and in screening me, in vetting me as a person, in ensuring that there is a safety aspect and a stability aspect in what I can and cannot handle.
Yeah.
In sessions, in what I am ready and not ready to do. Where is my capacity going to be, and what's going to be okay for me?
Yeah.
Have they gotten to know me as a person?
Yeah.
To understand who I am before they take my money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing, because when we get rid of safety and stability and understanding the person as an individual, we actually just bypass the whole fucking purpose of what therapy is.
Yeah.
Right? And we bypass, it becomes mental masturbation and it becomes sexy. Right? If you're being sold on sexiness, on the large, like, fucking hype, and whoa, yeah, like, pack that shit up and put it in the bin. Because do you want to buy hype or do you want to buy authenticity? Do you want to buy someone who's going to be invested in you and your actual journey as a person and as an individual, or as another bro or a number that's going to jump into this fucking sexy group and we're all going to jack each other off?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And what I mean by jack each other off, it's like, it's just a big mental cognitive masturbation thing where it's like, well, hold on a minute. Some of this work is boring. Some of it's very slow. Some of it's very subtle and gentle, but that's the most potent. Some of the biggest transformations I've had have been in the smallest changes in my life.
Yeah.
With my therapist. Smallest. And I'm talking biggest. Some of my most life-changing moments have been from the subtlest of shifts. Not through this massive breathwork experience. Not from this huge fucking retreat that, like, blew me the fuck up.
Yeah, or a group chat where you're in the hot seat and you've just got blokes with no background telling you all the shit you do wrong.
Sure. Sure, right? It's never come from that. Yeah. It helps. I'm not saying it doesn't help, and it's good for some reasons. For some reasons it's good. Right? It serves its purpose, but it serves its purpose. It may not serve the purpose that you're genuinely needing, and sometimes we may not know what we need. Right? For instance, if I'm going to work with someone and they're reaching out to me, there's a pretty big vetting process where it's like, well, who are you? Why are you interested? Because maybe I'm not the person for you. Maybe I need to refer you off. Right? Maybe there's someone else that's going to be better for you. Even though I might be able to do it, if I can't build a relationship with you and you don't feel good with me, maybe I'm not the person for you.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe there's another woman. Right? I've got a female that I refer to because she's a fucking gem. She's great. And then I've got another mentor who's my mentor, and I refer people to him if it doesn't work out. So I firstly want to get to know them and see if I can actually help them. Because what's the point? I'm going to waste my time, and their money. So I won't do that. Second bit, once they start getting closer, I'm like, fantastic. I want to get to know how you relate to yourself. How do you deal with your body? How do you deal with your nervous system? Do you know how to feel emotions? Do you know what an emotion is? Do you even know when you're feeling something? Are you aware of your body? Do you know when you're stressed? Do you even know when you're not stressed? Do you know the difference between calm and stress? If someone doesn't know how to feel their body, and I just put them into breathwork, catch you later.
Yeah.
They're going to feel overwhelmed, and I'm going to just force them into stress. That's what you need to look out for.
Yeah.
Slow.
And one of the things I love about your screening process is it's like literally a 15-page document or something like that, you know?
It's gotten worse.
Has it?
It hasn't gotten worse. It's just gotten more intentional, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to know.
Well, that's it. And you even ask, because we're dealing with somatics and the body, you're asking about medications and habits and different things like that.
Exactly.
These sorts of things you don't often find in the Instagram coaching platform, do you? I think there's a distinct difference here between
Woohoo, yeah,
well,
buy my shit.
it's sales versus screening and vetting.
They can both be the same,
They can,
but they're
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
I use them the same.
yeah,
I will sell like those guys, but I will only sell to you if I'm sure I'm okay. Oh, full transparency. If I'm pushing a sale or I'm like, you need to do this, it's because I know you need to do it.
yeah,
Not because I need the money. Like,
Yeah,
there's plenty of
yeah.
money in the world. I live a good life. I'm not hungry to just like, I'll grow as I grow, right? But if I'm like, you got to do this, it's because I'm like, I see you, Trav, and you need to do this.
yeah.
Not for
yeah.
me. Not for me, for you. And I know I can help you, but that's it.
Yeah,
But that's because my screening gives me the confidence to know I can do that, and I'm not just trying to like jack you off to sell you into something.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And they're the differences, right? They should be similar because screening is more important,
Mm.
way more
100%.
important. Because I don't want to fuck anyone up, because I have the ability to do so.
100%. Yeah,
And so do it. It's all these coaches that have this responsibility, and that's what pisses me off. We take a big responsibility, really holding someone through some of the biggest shit, some of the biggest transformations in their life. And we don't take it. Well, I'm not gonna put myself in there. And I don't take it seriously. I'll probably take it too seriously, but I'd rather be like that. I've had my mentors and and other coaches that I've worked with that tell me that. Like, you're too diligent, but I'm like, no, I'd rather be too diligent.
I was gonna say, is there too diligent when it
'cause
comes to this sort of
it
thing, though?
inhibits me from selling.
Yeah, but does it?
It can. It used to, not anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to make sure that I get it perfect before I even sell it to anyone, So, which is what my mentor said. He goes, that's really good because you've gone the opposite. You've worked, you have made sure you've fine-tuned the craft before you sell it.
Yeah,
There's a balance. And now I'm like, okay, I got to work on my selling because I'm good at what I do. And like really get people into the work. But others are like, oh, I've read the book. I've kind of done the thing. I've done a few fucking workshops or whatever it is, and like I'm gonna sell like crazy.
yeah.
It's like, sell like crazy, but sell what you're selling. Sell what you know. Don't sell something you don't have.
Yeah, it's so fascinating this because, and I like that you've said you've done the opposite because, say in the real estate world, it's like, okay, just got to get out there and sell.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas if you've gone, okay, this is actually something I care about and this is important. How can I get this to the best point possible where it can serve people? So, bear with me on this because, like, with some coaches that I've worked with in the past, and you be on that sales call, it can either go one or two ways. It can either be like you said, the big jack off and pop you up, or it can be that I need to make this guy that I'm selling feel shithouse about himself,
horrible.
so that I can say, yeah, I can help you with this or that or the other. That obviously doesn't factor into your sales process. So the question I want to ask is, what does ego mean to you?
I mean, we don't have an ego. That's such a big question. What does it mean to me personally?
Yeah, so, like, it could be, you could go down one path very easily on the Instagram path of, yeah, you've got to buy from me, I know what I'm talking about, I'm top shit, rah. Or you go down the path of, hey, I know this is beneficial, but I don't need to sell to you to feel that validation within myself.
I would say ego is like the word is what throws me off sometimes, because the ego to me is a part of the protective layers.
Yeah.
It's a part of our protective mechanisms, in which we all have to some level. So if I'm like to think about myself in specific, oh man, that's a big question. I don't even know how to answer it. I actually don't know how to answer it.
I like to throw these little curveballs in.
I'm trying to think where I can apply it for myself in regards to, we talking sales specific? Or just
Sales or just perception of self and how important others' perception of you is as well.
Okay, got you. I think for me, I'm probably not. I was way more inclined to worry about how I was viewed. Okay, good question now. The thing that I've recently, probably in the last 12 months, my biggest battle is I didn't want to be viewed as I want to make sure I'm liked. Right, we were at some level like, oh, I want people to like me. So I would maybe in ways, whether it's content or in meeting people, whatever, I'd maybe fabricate what I'm going to say, or I'm going to somewhat change it, or it's not as harsh, or it's not as honest, so it doesn't push someone away too far that they're like, oh, fuck you, you know. And we could call that an egotistical part of me, right? Where it's like it's a protective mechanism of I don't want you to reject me,
Yeah.
right? And I may come. It's like a bit of a people pleasing aspect, but that is a work in progress for me personally. So. If I'm talking with my clients, I completely surrender.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am here and I will be honest. And if I say something wrong, I will own it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So I'll do, but I've been taught that way. Where it's like, I always ask for permission though, if I'm going into conversations like that, where I'm like, well, look, is it okay if I maybe invite you to come on this conversation with me? And then I say it and they're like, well, I don't like that and I disagree. Fair enough. Maybe I was wrong. Cool. So it's like, that's the part of me that's really good in sessions. It probably comes up in my sales because I probably don't sell to people as well as I should and call them forward as well as I should because I'm afraid I'm going to piss them off.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah,
so it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm like, I definitely don't do the I'm better than you thing. It's probably like, oh no, it's okay, take your time. But it's like, no, don't take your time because if you do, it's going to get worse.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So that's probably where I've had to change. I've come from the I'm better than you thing because I did it when I was in real estate.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that was my thing 3 years ago. Where like I was status, I had to be of status and had to be viewed a certain way to like be the best.
Yeah.
Like that's how you're going to validate me because I'm fucking better than you.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of shit. Nice cars, nice watches, fancy suits, like pull my dick.
Yeah.
Wanky, right?
Yeah.
So that is where I would say that died.
Yep.
Because I don't really care for that shit anymore, to be honest, man. Like, I'm more of an experience kind of person. I'd rather have money for experiences if I'm going to spend it on something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in regards to ego, that's where I'd put it. If we're talking the industry, man, like people are looking for an identity. People are looking to fit in somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're looking to be good enough in one way or another. And if they can succeed in this identity of being the hero for everyone, well, then they're good enough. And that's certainly ego, but it's protective. You know, they're doing it because they feel like they're not good enough, for instance.
Ever wondered how extreme environments can actually make you healthier? Mind over matter practice in Victor Harbor is where science meets self-mastery. From cryotherapy and cold water immersion that activate anti-inflammatory and stress-reducing responses, to flotation rest therapy that reduces cortisol and boosts serotonin, to hyperbaric oxygen sessions that stimulate cellular repair and neuro-optimal neurofeedback to train your brain towards balance. This place is on the cutting edge. They even offer private steam and infrared saunas that may enhance resilience and longevity through controlled heat stress. Mention my name, Trav, when you book, and you'll get 15% off of any treatment. Go to mindovermatterpractice.com.au and see what your nervous system is truly capable of. Yeah, and a lot of like these coaching programs that you do see, and like, I'm not by any means bagging out all coaches for a second. Like I truly believe in the industry, and there's a lot of good people out there.
So many.
There's also a lot of bullshit. There's
so
also
much.
a lot of snake oil salesmen, and a lot of the time what they're selling is that community aspect. It's the photo of the group call online where you've got 20 people here and it's like, yeah, let's get involved. And, you know, realistically, the guy that's leading it has got a whole bunch of unresolved trauma or issues, and it's just facilitating his lifestyle, you know, and it's a very potent trap to fall into in this coaching space. So touching a little bit more on that, and, you know, we've both been in various coaching programs. What are some other things that say I was looking into getting some coaching online? What are some things that I should be looking out for, both from a green flag perspective and a red flag perspective?
Good question. I think it's seasonal. I think everything is seasonal. And I'm only just speaking on my own journey. And what I mean by seasonal is, for instance, there was a time in my life where the men's communities were beneficial. Right? I built some good relationships, good friendships. I had some good conversations that allowed me to be better. I was able to be held in ways that I probably wasn't. So for the time, great. Right? But should that be the only thing someone should do? No. And I think if we're talking green flag, red flag, I think the question would be more so, what is it that you're needing?
Yeah.
What does the individual need? Because a community of people might be good for someone who feels really, really fucking isolated.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a guy, even like a woman who is feeling really isolated and you want to make some connections with some like-minded people, these communities might be really good for you to build some confidence to be embraced by men. Permitted that these men are embracing you in a genuine way. Now, that's hard to tell until you're in there. That's the only thing I would say. I can't really say there's a green flag or red flag. The biggest red flag is dismissal.
Yeah.
If there's any dismissive or I'm better than you and like heaps of hype in things, it's probably just bullshit. Where there's hype, it's what goes up must come down.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing can stay high for too long. So it's impossible, right? It's not real. So I would say that as a red flag. Green flags is knowing you can speak freely and it's non-judgment and being heard.
Yeah.
If people actually listen to what you're saying, not just like hearing it and then moving on. Right? There's places where you know someone's listening.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not listening to wait for their turn to speak. It's listening to understand and not just spout out like
To understand.
Yeah.
Huge. And that's the dismissal part. It's like when you're not listening, when someone's not listening to you to understand, is like that's where there is dismissal there, or there's like a hype. If there's constant hype around things, it's like it's performative.
Yes.
That's where you want to be able to differentiate like that performative energy because it's like it's not real.
Yeah.
That's in regards to communities. But the main question would be, what is it you truly need for yourself? And these communities, I can guarantee you, will not be the thing that helps you collapse your defense mechanisms in a way that you can integrate them properly to be able to move forward in life. It's not going to happen.
That's a really good point.
Not happening.
Yeah.
I know it's not happening because it didn't happen for me. It worked for what it needed to work for. I also had a therapist that I was working with outside of that, right?
Yeah.
Where I was doing the actual genuine shit. These groups are great. But yeah, unless it's a group run by a genuine therapist, then again, it's good, but maybe not. There's I will say this person's name because he's great. There's a guy called Charles Missy.
Okay.
Right? He's in Sydney. He runs communities. But it's the way he runs his communities that are where you're going to move through your actual stuff. It's not hype. There's no hype stuff in there.
Yeah, it's not like start on this program, then finish that, move on to my next one, which is more expensive.
It's somewhat program based, but still it's the intentionality of it that it's just intentional. Everything has a purpose.
Yeah, you're not in there to upsell.
Right?
Like
Right? So that in itself is where it's good, and it's not about just communities and chatting. It's very intentional about understanding the shadow and how to really move through your parts. Not just shadow work, it's more the parts work of the shadow, the understanding your defense mechanisms and truly understanding what that means.
Yeah, and it's having that deep subjective conversation and, relationship with someone, as opposed to, again, some programs, not all, where you might pull out a really deep share about some trauma you've been through, and then the bloke in charge of it just goes, all right, well, let's give him a Friedrich Nietzsche quote, or let's give him a Carl Jung quote, and that'll deal with it.
I think there needs to be a therapeutic aspect to it and a very trauma-focused lens.
Yeah.
Trauma-focused is I would say that's probably the biggest thing to look out for. Is your coach, mentor, therapist, whatever it is, what's their background in trauma and how do they understand it? And what's their view on how they're looking at you and their community in regards to trauma?
Yeah, so on that, what should someone look for in terms of that background? Are we talking like a qualification? Are we talking like trauma informed, as in they've been through their own journey? What's important to figure out about the person that you might be getting coached by in that respect?
It's back to what I was saying before. It's how they're... Someone who's trauma informed will not be diving straight into the depths within a second.
Yeah.
They will be vetting you, like I was saying before. They will be taking their time to understand you. Their screening process is going to be thorough. They want to understand you and what you're going to need.
Yeah.
Because what if a community might not be the thing for you? And they're selling you on it. That's when you know someone instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly, like I'm talking straight off the bat. If they've sold you on it and you have not given much info on yourself,
Yeah. What have you bought?
Right, what have you bought? Right, and I don't know what communities are like these days. I haven't been in them for a few years, so I have no idea who is doing what. So I can't even tell you in that aspect. But I would just say, like, if I had a community, I'd be getting to understand the person.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
And go, cool. Like, have you done therapy before? Why are you here? And then back to what I was saying. What does overwhelm feel like? What's the safety and stability aspect of their body?
Yeah.
What is it? Can they handle? Things like that.
Yeah, and so you almost need at least a thorough background. You don't necessarily need a piece of paper. Is that what you're saying?
No, not really, man. Because a piece of paper at the end of the day, like the things the certs I've done, they're not necessarily the thing that have taught me like this either. They've given me an understanding of how the nervous system works on a biological standpoint, and how somewhat to be safe. But I'm just fortunate because of the mentorship programs that I've been in regards to I've worked I still am, like I was saying before. I work with the somatic psychotherapist who supervises me.
Yes.
Right, who's been doing it for 10 years plus.
Yeah.
And he's been through the ringer. So I have someone who I work alongside who I'm kind of learning from. And that's where I probably learnt the most. So I can't say it's a certification specific that's been the one that's been, this one.
Yeah.
But it's more so if you're just someone who's looking to do work with someone, you want to check in on it is how are they screening you?
Yeah.
Really, that's how are they treating you as they're bringing you in? Are they ensuring that you're the right fit? If they're not checking in on that, they don't know if you're the right fit, so they're just selling you something that might not be for you.
Yeah,
they don't fucking know, man.
Yeah,
it takes time,
and that's it. And I think just something that popped into my head then as well is, are they also acknowledging, like, not only are they showing you what they can do for you, but are they acknowledging what they can't? You know, what's out of their scope too.
True.
Because, you know, like, yes, it's one thing, you know, like, I've been facilitating breathwork for a few years now, and we do a very, very basic session in the coaching program I'm in, which is like just 10 minutes of the purpose breath and, you know, a few rounds. Are they then qualified, say if it was, you know, someone taking you through the rebirth like we were talking about before, are they actually, like, do they have the background to help you then through whatever could come up?
Well, that's the most important thing, is like they have to have, they just need to know where their responsibility is, and it's tricky. That's the thing. It's actually tricky to go, this is what you need to look out for, because it's not a certification that does it, because there's thousands out there. The piece of paper is not the thing anymore, really. It's how they treat you from the start. It's how they move, how they guide you. You know,
do you feel safe? Do you feel stable?
Well, do they have perfect example? What does safety mean to you? Should be a question.
Yeah,
because I don't fucking know what's safe for you.
Well, exactly right.
So what's safe to me and what's safe to you is so different. So I'm like, well, what does safe mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what's safe? Maybe you don't even know what safety is. Right?
Yeah, maybe you've been in fight or flight your whole life because of various things that happened in your childhood, and you don't know that feeling of comfort because you've always been on the move. You never know with people.
That's exactly right, and it's like that's where I have to give choice. So we must give choice to the client. Like, what does this mean to you, and what does safety mean to you? Well, you know how another beautiful one, actually. This is a really cool one, and this is the biggest thing that I've learned. I always say to my clients as soon as I start, before we do our first session, as we start moving closer and closer and closer, I always ask him, I want you to think of what's one thing that I can do for you to feel more connected to me.
Yeah.
In this journey.
Yeah.
How can I help our connection? A lot of people are like, oh fuck. You know, and they always normally say the same thing. It's like, I just really want you to be open, and I want to feel like I'm not going to be judged in here.
And sometimes it's even just asking that question.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't necessarily matter what answer the person gives. Like, they might just come up with something off the bat. But, like, you know, if you ask me that question, it's like, okay, this guy's actually seriously considering my well-being here. And, you know, on this safety aspect, I know you remember all your sessions. You'll probably remember in the first one that we did, the one that we did here, I went unconscious for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And then I came back. At no point in time did I ever feel unsafe. I think I sort of said to you, I was like, did I go out for a couple of seconds there? And you're like, yeah, bro, but it's all good. I've got you. And then we just kept going through the session. Like, that safety piece is so important. And I just want to commend you for, like, facilitating that and still prioritising that, even from when you started to now, man.
Thank you.
That's really good.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, of course.
But I just knew what I needed at the time, and that's the other thing. I was in therapy for so long before I got into this space. And that's why I'm here. So I know what I needed, and I know because I've got such complex trauma that I've had to deal with in my life. And knowing what I didn't even know what I needed at the time, and then receiving it, I've been very lucky. I'm so thankful that I've had nothing but the gems of human beings for mentors.
Yeah.
All three of the people that I've had in my life, Julie, Phoebe, and Jackson, those three people have been the safest places for me in therapy.
Yeah.
Like, the safest. And they have shown me all three different ways, but such beautiful ways in how to really do the work.
Yeah.
And that's where I think I've been lucky in that aspect, because I've been on the other end of it and I know what it was like to get what I received. So I've been able to adopt what they did, plus what I've learned, plus the education and the training, where I'm like, I've been able to bring it all together. With my experience. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is what's like, this is how to move. Be gentle. We've got to be gentle, bro. This is the thing. Like, everything is so big in this space. Like, it's
big change. Like,
cross through the belief. Like, whoa. Let's just take a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just take a breath.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't need to punch anything.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we don't need to force into anything. Maybe we can just gently walk toward what it is we are exploring. So we can gently and potently unravel what we need to unravel while we feel safe enough to do it. And then it's like, oh, this is too much for me. Cool.
Let's pull back.
Now we stop. We don't need to force, because this is where we then throw the nervous system into dissociation. Yeah. And we shut down, or we go into fucking like hyper arousal, where it's like anxiety and explosiveness. Yeah. So like, cool, we need to manage the body, right? And to preface, this work is that boring that it actually just has to do with how we can contract and expand. Yeah. In contracting in the nervous system, in feeling unsafe, and then expand. The kicker is a lot of people will stay contracted for so long. They're stressed, or they're dissociative or functional freeze for weeks, months. Fucked. Yeah. And they have a moment of like, oh, I feel okay now, and they break down. It's like they're letting go of everything. Yeah. The work that I do, the key is, so how can we be contracted but not stay for long enough and still feel okay in contraction? Yeah. Right? We're holding ourselves in safety even when we're a little unsafe. We're like, well, this is a bit much, but I'm okay. I can hold myself in this and I'm going to come out. Yeah. And eventually what happens after, say, 12 weeks or 6 months of working with me, instead of being here for a week, we start going, I'm contracted for 6 days and I'm okay. Now I'm contracted for 4 days. Yeah. Now I'm okay. Now I'm contracted for a day. Now I'm okay. And now the nervous system, and this is what I don't like about the space, is that people will say, you like find your zen, find the parasympathetic, right? You know, it's like you got to dysregulate a nervous system. No, the nervous system's going to flare up. Yes, that's what it's designed to do. Right? So you're not going to be biology. Yeah. So it's like the key is, how can we be okay with doing this? How can we be okay with being in the contraction? And when I'm in the contraction, like, is that anxiety center, the amygdala, pinging off, and what's triggering it, and how can I control that so that I can be safe back within myself, right? Yeah. And even simpler is, how can I just be okay with being there? Yeah. Yeah. That's the kicker. Can I be okay with being stressed, like in this state? Can I let go and surrender? Do you know what normally happens when that happens? Expansion. Yeah. So your body relaxes again. It's like, cool. I find my space. This work is all called the window of tolerance. Yes. This is before trauma. This is before beliefs. This is before anything. It's like, how can we learn what the body does? Yeah. What are my responses on a biological level? And then how can I bring them into my awareness to control that better? Wow. That's like That is safety stability. That is where people should be working on before they start working on deep shit.
Yeah, that's it. I was just about to say that. Like, getting control of the highs and the lows, the extremes, and making them not so extreme before then we uncover abuse or whatever it is.
Because if I don't do that and I jump to the abuse and then your body flares, you're going to be like, I'm back in trauma.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't have a qualified coach or someone you're, working with that you trust, where's that authentic support? You're not getting it. It's okay. This is just normal need. Just got to do this, bro. Read some more quotes, say some more affirmations in the mirror, and you'll be sweet. Yeah. Like, no, it doesn't work like that.
To give you some context as well, there was I forgot what it was. There was a diagram in like motor sensory psychotherapy that I was looking at that my mentor was showing me. Right, I haven't done motor sensory psychotherapy, but he has, and he was kind of educating me through some of the modalities within it. And there was this graph, and there was like being super calm, like just like nothing, like Zen mode, beach drinking, pina colada type vibe, like nothing matters.
Yeah.
Which is like pure regulation, like being fully grounded. And then there's healthy challenge in the nervous system. Mm-hmm. Then there's stress, and then there's trauma.
Yeah.
Okay. When we talk about our window of tolerance, it's like it's not always good to be super zen because nothing actually happens. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
You're just too like, come on.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Almost, right? So it's like, cool. How can we be between that and healthy challenge? How can we be slightly stressed? Slightly like, whew, life's like I was saying to you before, a bit stretched at the moment with my life. Mm-hmm. But I'm not like functioning, I'm not in a dysfunctional like shutdown.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is my edge here, but I'm good.
Yep, it's intentional.
This is alright, I'm a bit fucking stressed, but I'm alright. Because I'm a human being. Then it's like when there's stress, we're like, okay, we're gonna manage the stress part. If we start doing things that are way too much for us, i.e. being in any type of coaching space, therapeutic space, or whatever it is, and all of a sudden I haven't even gotten an understanding of how my body responds to stress and what my explosiveness even looks like. What's my 0 to 10? What's my 5 to 10? What's my 8 to what's my ranges? And what happens in my body when I'm in each range? If I don't know any of that and understand what changes, is it my energy that changes, my body temperature? Is it my breath? Is it my heart racing? Is it my mind? Is it my energy itself in my body? Like, what is it that shifts? If I don't know that, and I'm just going straight into these big experiences with someone, and all of a sudden I'm fucking remembering when my dad beat me when I was 4, and it was really horrible, and I go into a complete shutdown, and I'm like back into trauma. Nervous system sitting in a trauma state.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, that's the safety and stability aspect that needs to be looked at. In any kind of aspect of this work. And that's just sort of to give everyone a little bit of an understanding of how this stuff is meant to look just at the start. And if it doesn't look like that, boost.
Yeah. And it's like, it's a spectrum too, because it's not always going to be the same response, right?
Exactly.
Like I could, say we do a session of breath work and, I encounter some trauma that I didn't know was there. I could go into the fight or flight response. My amygdala might be pinging off and I might be really, really triggered. Or I could dissociate completely,
and just as bad.
And that's like, there's so many different reactions in between there, and it's not one size fits all. It's not even one size fits one, because I've been in both of those situations.
Me too, yeah.
It's so important to pick that up.
When I was, when I've personally dissociated, probably like a year ago, roughly, or a year and a bit, when I was in the therapeutic space. My therapist was great. She was so good. She knew what was going on. But I hadn't dissociated since I was like fucking 6. Right? And we were moving through some processes, and I was dealing with some fucking heavy shit. And my body I was like, oh, I am going away. And I just like couldn't talk.
Yeah.
I was like, she's like, oh, like, honey, like, you're not here right now. I'm like, I'm so gone. She's like, can you say your name? And I was like, Like, I couldn't speak. Full shutdown, full freeze mode, full like pure dead.
Yeah.
Like I was there.
Yeah.
That's genuine dissociation. If someone doesn't understand how to bring you back out of that, that's a scary place to be.
Yeah.
You'll come out, like, you'll be fine, but it's so bad for your body, and you come out not knowing how to feel again. And she was like fantastic, like just pay attention to the room, look at the room. So it's like bringing the senses back.
Yeah.
If people don't understand the senses and the core organizers of the body to be able to help them somatically move through what they need to move through, It's very easy to say. I've been in rooms where people have pushed someone into full traumatic experience, a lady with PTSD, from her work, and lucky I was there, and yeah, she was in a room with 25 people doing breath work, and she fully fucking freaked out. And I was like, why is this happening? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't a facilitator, I was just there to help.
Yeah.
So I just rock up.
Yeah.
And lucky I was there because I was like, grabbed her, pulled her out, like, but kind of brought her back. I'm like, it's okay, and got her mind off it. We don't need to go there. We don't need to go into the depths.
Yeah.
There's no need right now. We don't need to do this.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't there, I'm like, well, what's going to happen? She's going to stay in there. She's going to stay freaking out. So it's like we need as therapists and breath workers and space holders in general, and even therapists as space holders, we need to ensure we know what we're playing with here.
Yes, exactly right. And, it's very important, especially if that person is encountering that feeling for the first time, to, again, we go back to the safety and the stability of knowing, okay, I'm experiencing that, but this person I'm with can support me through it, can bring me back, can,
it's important, man.
Because, it's easy to bring out, open the can of worms, but if you leave someone in a position where, like you said before, they will come back, they'll be all right in the end, but the next time they get there, panic stations or disassociation or they just won't know how to deal with it, and in some cases they won't deal with it.
Some people don't even know they dissociate. That's the other thing. They don't know they'll dissociate. They don't know they're going to dissociate. They don't know there's a point in time I didn't even know. But there was also a point in time as well when I was even at the start of the journey, I wasn't that trauma informed. I wasn't that aware of how this works. I knew something, but not to the level that I do now. And I'm like, okay, I can understand why people don't. Because, the thing is, we're not taught necessarily it depends on who you work with and what certs you do and what people you're around. But you can be a coach and not have to know this stuff. But it's just we just need to be cautious on how we're doing it. That's all.
Yeah, acknowledge your limits.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And, I understand people that aren't doing the safety stability aspect, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they shouldn't be doing it. And I don't sort of preface, man, there's no shame on these people that aren't necessarily as trauma focused as they should, just because they don't know that they should be. But I just think there needs to be a bit more awareness around it. That's all. Just more awareness, because it's so important.
Well, and that's it. And I only look at my journey and a program that we were in a few years ago now, where it was really good at opening the can of worms. It was really good at, okay, dive deeper, what's there for you. But it wasn't until leaving that program, working with qualified therapists and, having that integration process in place where you actually learn how to deal with that stuff.
Yeah.
And so, it's super important.
Everything serves its purpose. Everything's very different. And I think it's just important for each person to know what it is that they need. And if a community is the thing that they want and they need that, then by all means go do it. But if it's not and you're thinking you're needing something else, look for the other thing. Not everything's going to work either.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I did want to ask you as well, because we talk so much about how we help other people and everything like that. Say you've had a busy day or a busy week, right, where you've worked with a lot of clients and a lot of their stuff has come up and you've been there to talk to them through everything. What do you do for yourself to keep yourself A1?
Well, I got a therapist, bro.
Yeah.
So I currently have one because I'm moving through my own personal things that have been there for a little while.
Don't go into those if you don't want to.
No, that's cool.
Bro.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's just more so. I think this is a good question. The journey ends when we kind of choose, right? I'm someone who I'm forever looking to be a better person. I'm forever looking to understand a little bit more. And when I need to, at the right time, I'm not always in therapy. It was about almost a year apart since I decided to jump back in again, right?
Yeah,
So
and that's a really normal part of the journey too.
Be in and out of it.
Yeah.
So I recommend everybody to have their little bouts of therapy for 6-9 months or whatever, and then piss off for a year. Work on yourself, enjoy life, be life integrate, and then when you feel like you're wanting to deal with a little bit more that you're struggling with, go back into therapy, and that's how I sort of operate. But I've also just built a very good support network around me. And that's what I would say for everyone. Support network being my therapist, who it's funny, I love him to bits. He was my supervisor and educator for a long time.
Yeah.
And we built a relationship there. So he was always someone I could just go to just as a bit of support. And he also monitors me. So that's how I deal with my clients, because I go to him and we kind of work on my clients together.
Yeah, okay.
When I need to, if I'm really holding on to stuff. For my personal stuff though, I will look for therapists.
Yeah.
So I will have therapists that will help me move through things. But also, man, to be honest, self-care is so underrated. Like, that's like the number one thing. That's part of safety and stability. Is like, what's the self-care like? Sauna. I love a fucking sauna, bro.
Yeah.
I'll go do a sauna, shut off, sweat it out, sit with myself, sit with my body, and I think, I meditate, I do my own breath, not like intense breath work, but I do like 10 minutes of some, just activating breath in the morning, for instance, if I choose to do that. Yeah. Eat good food, move my body. I have a good family system, thankfully. Here's the kicker though. If it wasn't for the work that I had done to be able to heal my family dynamics, I would have horrible dynamics.
Yeah.
Right?
You and me both, brother.
Right. So I've got good support. My mum, my dad, my brother. I love my brother. I've got my brother. We always have good connections. My girlfriend, she's great. So that's how I keep myself solid. And then I do things that I enjoy. To be honest, to be blunt, my clients don't drain me, man.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
And it's because I know I'm meant to be there, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like, working one-on-one with my clients and moving through stuff with them and, like, really sitting with them through, like, what's hard or even through their wins, man. And my clients at the moment, because some of them are finishing off, they're all just fucking soaring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so good. Like, they come in, they're high-spirited, they're feeling great. We keep integrating the win. Not just the shit, but it's like, they're winning. So it lifts me up.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm musical. I DJ.
Yeah, I've seen a bit of that.
I play a bit of music, bro. Like, it's how I've built my life that allows me to support myself. And everyone can do the same thing. Find play, find hobby, find something that you can creatively express. Find a spiritual practice.
Yeah.
Find a practice that helps you regulate your body, grounds you. Anything that grounds you at all. Have good people around you, build good support networks, be honest.
Yeah.
Own your shit. And to be honest, like, it's enough to keep you grounded. Because it's what we hold in and what we don't own is what grips us.
100%.
Sometimes.
100%. Yeah. And it's that accountability piece, you know. And at the end of the day, it's one thing to hold yourself accountable in the eyes of other people and stuff, but the man in the mirror is a completely different story. And you'll know if you're not doing what you want to do, and if you're out of alignment there, and you'll feel it.
It's in your heart, yeah.
And sometimes it's as simple as like, okay, let's go for half an hour walk out in the sun and reset.
Perfect.
They call it raw dogging these days when you go without your headphones and stuff. But I'd like to actually just call it going for a walk normally, without the stimulation. It's like
so much better, bro.
It's like they say, if you go down to the beach and you have to have headphones in, you're missing the point. It doesn't have to be complicated. Yeah.
Some days I'm like, I want to listen to some fucking truths.
Oh, of course.
But there are some days I'm like, I just want to hear the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? I just want to hear the wind, the ocean, couple kids running past me, couple bikes, the dog, just the people around. And I just want to be with that.
Yeah.
And I think the slowing down, man, it's what I'm currently moving through now with my therapist. It's like this, being even more present. How can I be more present in every moment? And it's like, notice when we're like, I've got to quickly make breakfast, and it's like everything's so like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Why am I rushing?
Where the fuck am I going? Even if I'm late.
Yeah.
To something, I'm just gonna move my body slower for the next few minutes. I'm gonna ground myself somehow.
Yeah.
Right. That in itself is enough to just
bring that stillness, that safety, and that stability back.
Be here. And like, sometimes we have fear around doing that. It's like, if I slow down, I'm going to lose what?
Yes, exactly.
Right? But it's like, well, you're already losing by fucking speeding up anyway.
And 9 times out of 10, if you're in that chaotic state and you go to do something, it's going to turn out to be shit anyway, isn't it?
Break something.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Exactly right. Yeah, wow. So, in terms of, I suppose the concept I wanted to talk a bit about was detached empathy. Now, is that something that you sort of identify with? And I bring this up from my background in the funeral industry, right? Where, you might be helping 8 families at a time go through one of the most horrid experiences of their life. And if you were to take all of that on,
Yeah.
you'd have to have, like, and, like you said, you've got a lot of different systems in place and whatnot.
I've got a good answer here. Keep going.
Yeah. But for me, I had to apply that sort of, yes, I care, and yes, I'm going to do everything I can for you, but I can't fully take this on myself.
That's healthy because it's not good to take it on because you will just suffer. For me, and everyone asks me this, family as well. They're like, "How the fuck do you do it?" I'm like, "Why?" My own experience in I know what happens when I go through the dark days. What that has done is allowed me to understand that I don't believe in the suffering.
Yeah.
Right? The pain is real. The hurt is real. The suffering is not. The suffering is the condition of the mind.
Yeah.
It's the condition of us. Look, suffering, that's a whole conversation. We'll leave that there. But suffering can be fabricated. We can create the suffering with the pain.
Yes.
When the pain is felt without the actual story and the suffering and the attachment to the pain is just the pain and it will go away within reason. So for me, I empathize knowing that on the other end of what this person is going through is a better life.
Yeah.
And I know that they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because my suffering and my pain is what got me to being a better person. So I always see that with my clients, and that's why I'm so good at what I do, because my clients never see me suffer for them.
Yeah.
Because I know they're going to be all right.
Yeah.
I have faith in them, and I have so much love and compassion and empathy and understanding as to for what they're going through that I know on the other end of it they're going to be good. And 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I've never had one that's been like I'm still fucked.
Yeah.
Because that's not real.
It's temporary.
It's temporary.
Yeah.
It goes away. And that's what I've been able to really understand. There are times where I do take it on sometimes and I'll get a mad headache. Happened last week. I was sitting there with my client and I was feeling for him. I was like, "Whoa, brother, like I feel you in that."
Yeah, yeah.
It was a bit of a reflection of what I've been through too.
I was going to say, there might be that relatability
right? I was like,
aspect.
I get this, I know this. And because I was like so there with him, like I was just there. And he was getting everything he needed. I just bonked my head. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But the next day, I was great, he was great.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's cool. It's just moments like that. I probably take it on energetically a little too much.
Yeah.
But I always know.
That, out of perspective of this is temporary, this too shall pass, right?
Every time.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's that helps me just know that the truth is that we're always going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my
It's the cliche, you can't have the yin without the yang, you can't have the good without the bad. And...
Bro, if it was not for the shit that I had gone through, I would not be who I am.
Yeah.
So I have to be grateful for it.
Oh, look, and I 100% attest to that. I look at my life and where I am now, like I've got a beautiful life with a kid on the way and like everything's starting to fall into place for me. Yes, I had to go through the shit to get there and crawl through 5 kilometres of broken glass to do it. I wouldn't change it for a second because I wouldn't be the person that I am now ready to have the life that I do.
And now you can also give your son a life that you know is going to be like full of love, full of strength, belief, all of that stuff that you may have not had. You may have not had things like that, or whatever it was you went through is what has given you the heart and the growth to become a really fucking great dad.
Yeah,
that's huge when you think about it.
It is. It's massive, and recognizing the great things that happened to me as a kid as well, like the great things that my
didn't want to take
parents
that away
did.
from you, by the way.
No, of course. But it's being aware of both, right? Because I'm going to learn a lot about parenting from my parents and how I was parented, both what I want to continue and what I want to introduce. And it's that emotional safety aspect. It's all of these things that I can integrate now.
Presence.
That I wouldn't have an understanding of had I not been through the shit.
100%.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
It's really, really powerful, brother.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Fuck. Like, are we in general or?
Yeah, like next 12 months. What's it look like? What's happening?
This is a good question. I'm one of these people where I'm not like, what's your 12-month goal?
Oh yeah, I don't mean like that necessarily because
what's next
Mate,
is God's plan, bro.
Yeah, something could happen tomorrow that changes that.
Yeah, it's definitely God's plan. I do hand my journey over a lot because it's bigger than me. What I do is bigger than me. I'm just a fucking piece. Like, I'm not God.
Yeah.
I don't know sometimes, What's next? Look, I just really focus on being a better therapist. It's always my focus. Being a better person.
It's like que sera, isn't it? Like whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, but there is an intention, and honestly, what is next for me is to because I still am moving through my own things as we all do, and having a more freer mind, being a slower, more present person in my own life, and being able to really bring that into my sessions with my clients even further, and being able to guide my clients to a higher level of transformation and whatever that looks like for them. Right? Yeah. My focus for the next 1 month is literally just growing myself, and which is my business, and throwing all of managing to my clients. And I'm kind of just building, restarting my life a little bit too, just moving house and a few other little things. So I'm just kind of redoing me in a way and refining. Yeah. And also podcast that's coming out in a few weeks.
Nice. What's that one going to be called?
That I don't have a name for it, to be honest. No? But I do know what I roughly have an idea of. I've already got a few podcast topics what I want to speak on. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, to be honest, man. I don't get too caught up on like names and stuff, even though I need to give it something. But more self-expression, man, is probably the 12 months.
Yeah.
Because I have so much to say. I know so much. I've been through so much. I love speaking. I love talking. I love chatting with people. So that'll be the thing that I'm going to put a lot of focus on. I just want to give as much value as I can, man. And whatever fucking comes from that, comes from that. I don't know. Like, I don't know what that looks like. I know what value I need to give. Is it money? Don't know. Is it fucking... I don't know what it is, man. As long as I can make an impact on everyone that meets me, sees my content, works with me, that's the only thing. And that's why I started this. Because like I said, it was a fucking accident. So the next 12 months is just keep growing as a person and be the best I can for myself, my clients, family.
Love it, man.
Whatever that looks like, up to God.
Yeah. I love it. Where can people find you online if they want to connect with you and the work that you do?
Instagram.
Yeah.
It's the Instagram, Niko_connected and conscious.
Yeah.
And then I do have my personal page, but I think I'm going to piss it off soon, but it's just Niko Diamond.
Yeah.
Which is my actual name. People are like, is Diamond your last name? I'm like, yeah, it's my genuine name.
Yeah.
It's chopped, but it's the genuine name. So that's where they can find me on Instagram. And then on YouTube, I'll have YouTube popping up once I start doing the podcast. Also, if you want to find me in another way, I do have a free community on Telegram, which you're in.
Yep.
You can find me in there as well, and there's so much more in there where I'm way more intimate. There's way more resources if people are interested in that space. And then TikTok too. TikTok's a bit of a piss take though.
Yeah.
To be honest, man. It's just you put shit up and then no one's on that.
See what sticks. Yeah. Awesome, brother. And is there anything you want to leave us with before we wrap things up?
Is there anything that I want to... I feel like I have to do that now. Probably one thing. And for anyone listening, you already know the way. You already know what you need to do. Any kind of work you end up doing on yourself, any therapist you work with or coach or whatever, it's not them that does the work, it's you, and you're the answer. I'm not the fucking answer. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
I can't be the answer. I can't be anyone's answer. I can help you find what's right for you, but you are always the answer, because my clients lead themselves.
Yeah.
It happened to my client the other day. We completed our 6 months, and she was like so grateful, and I'm like I was gonna say no, but I won't. I was like, look, yes, but you've listened to yourself here. She listened to her body, she listened to herself, and she was able to get herself to this point. And I said, that's the thing. Yeah. Trust yourself, because you know, I don't, you don't. I don't know what's best for you. None of these people on social media know what's best for you. No one knows what's best for you. You know what's best for you. So that's the biggest thing I would say leaving here is like, trust yourself, listen to your body, because your body knows, and you're the fucking answer, and you're way more powerful than you think.
I love it, man. And like, you know, it's so important to realise this too. Like, no one is going to have the answer for yourself. You can have people that engage in different modalities or different things that can help you on that path, but you cannot go to someone and expect them to solve your problems.
If anyone tells you what to do, put them in the bin. Don't get me wrong, there's moments where I'm like, look, I wouldn't X, but I always like, but if I always question my clients, we keep going until they get to this resolution.
Yeah.
If someone's like, you need to do it like this so you can get to this point, literally delete them, block them, get rid of them. Like, they're just not going to help you because they have lost the trust in themselves. If someone's telling you, that means that they don't even know what's right for them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I just, we're all as individuals the most powerful thing for ourselves, and I can't stress that enough. I'm not God.
No, exactly.
I'm here to do what I can, but God knows what's best, and then we know what's best for us, and that's it.
Yeah. Really powerful message to finish on there, brother.
Thank you, yeah.
No, thank you so much for coming on, mate. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
And thank you all for listening today as well, or watching wherever you are. You can find me on Instagram as The Journey of Trav. I'm on YouTube and TikTok as Trav Dittmar, or you'll find the podcast on Spotify and Apple and YouTube as well. Once again, brother, thanks so much for coming down today. It's been an awesome chat. Thank you to Mind Over Matter Practice for putting the podcast on for us again today, and we will see you next time. Cheers, legends.
Thank you.